Hi, traders. Welcome to the live webinar here with Elite Currency. Thank you so much for joining. Great to have you here. Another month has passed by. Of course, we're going to take a look at the results of our systems in October. We're also going to take a look at the October month from a technical analysis perspective, of course, and what to expect in November. So, welcome again to our ECS trading briefing. And we'll be back, of course, at the beginning of next month. They're not weekly actually sessions, they're monthly sessions in the meantime, number 54. So, with no longer ado, what's new with Elite Currency? Well, we changed some things, as you can see, with the products. So, they're a bit differently organized. So, if you go to elitecurrency.com and you click on products, you'll see automated and signals on the left. In the middle, you'll see managed approaches, and on the right, you'll see manual trading. So, maybe you're interested in multiple things or one of these things. It depends on your type. You know how much time availability you have. What are you looking to get out of trading? But obviously, if it's managed, then you have no daily responsibilities or things to do. That is managed by Elite Currency, both the portfolio, ECS style, and ZUCA. With manual trading, of course, we explain how we trade, and you can learn from that and implement that on your own for your own trading. But of course, then it is your decisions and you're trading yourself. And automated is EAs and signals. Okay, so it's uh, your responsibility to trade the EA if you rent it, to take care of it. Same with signals. You get the signals, but you're still taking care of those signals. So in a way, it's semi-automated. So this is semi-automated, this is fully automated, and this is not automated, right? So that's how we kind of divided the different things we have here at Elite Currency under the product tab. So that's one thing that's new. Other thing that is not new, of course, is our blog. Feel free to check out for new articles and analysis right there. Another thing that I would like to discuss is the portfolio ECS. Of course, we had questions about the portfolio ECS, people showing a little bit of skepticism, which I understand because, of course, we were excited about other EAs before, like Ultimate EA, for instance. And Ultimate EA, although it had a great first year, it didn't deliver in the second year. It had a poor second, losing second year, which is why we also stopped trading that EA from Mislav Nikolic ourselves, at least. But this is different in our view because it's not just one EA; it's a multi-asset kind of portfolio style. So we're not putting all our eggs in one egg in one basket, right? We're spreading, making it less risky, more consistent, lower drawdowns by trading different styles, right? We're trading technical, fundamental news events. We're trading semi-automated, automated systems, all in one basket. So rather than us advising like this EA or this EA, we put our best things together and made a basket out of it. So that leads to much less risk and volatility. And the worst month we had was -4% in the 2 years of live trading we had. So that's the main difference. And I understand that it might be confusing. We got many questions through email, not fully understanding what the ECS portfolio is about. I hope I made it clear now. We do our best to explain these things as much as we can. So yeah, that's and of course there are multiple a basket of currencies, and we are picky with trades. You know, we're in the market a lot on a daily basis, but we also add more trades when we think that the market is on our in our favor, and that doesn't happen every day. Maybe a few times a month, where we get some bigger wins typically. So yeah, we have typically with this system we saw anywhere between 5 and 20% monthly. All quarters were positive, and most of the months were positive, except the 3 out of the 2 years. So 3 months out of 2 years, with the worst month being 4%, -4%. So I hope that helps answer some of your questions there. Let's move on now to the performance in October, of course. So let's take a look at. There we go. First of all, at ZUCA, this is the PAM. Results we had in October so far plus 68% in about a year of trading, and last month was a little bit better than September, 2.5%. So yeah, last 4 months were in general a little bit slower than the months before, but still pretty good results overall in in this year. Of course, last year plus 68%. Let's take a look at the rental version as well of SWOT, if I can find it. I mean of ZUCA, excuse me. Maybe that's this one. It's up almost 100%, but a little bit longer period, 1 year and 4 or 5 months. And in October we had plus 2%. So also a little bit slower results, but overall, long-term perspective, plus 100 here, almost plus 100 here, almost plus 70 here, and if you look at also the drawdown, very low drawdown, as you can see, very low. This is 2.5%. And if you look at all the months, there was not one single losing month. So I think that's also worth a lot, that there's less stress with that compared to other EAs that we've been trading. So as you can see here, no losing months. So yeah, that's great with ZUCA. Very happy with the results with ZUCA, and that remains a very valid option, I think, for traders and investors that are looking for consistent results. Of course, nothing is ironclad, obviously, in trading. That I think speaks for itself. But so far, very good results. Portfolio, we've been trading for 2 years, but the underlying strategies we've been trading for 2 years, but the common account that trades the strategies for about 4.5 months now. Okay, now it's been doing pretty well, plus 28, plus 27.5%. I think that it could do a little bit better in the future. This is still on the lower side. The performance is good, but a little bit lower than I expected. It's also because we were doing some testing and there were weeks that we didn't trade this account. So it's not really a full 4.5%, for a full 4.5 months. It's a little bit less, probably 3.5 months. So from that perspective, the average is a little bit higher than that 5.5. But let's see. Well, time will tell, of course. I'm very excited about the portfolio approach because of its robustness and consistency. Look at this profit factor, 2.16. And here too, of course, we didn't have a single losing month either. So very happy with that regard, with that result as well. But I do expect a little bit better results, hopefully in the near future. But off to a pretty good start. Certainly not unhappy with that start with the ECS portfolio as expected. Then my SWOT EA DAX, I had a negative month, minus 5.7%, but overall still up plus 35%. I'm pretty happy with this result after about 8 months, I think 7.5 months of trading. SWOT EA Euro dollar is up 8%. It had a positive month, but the equity curve is a little bit flat. But all in all, of course, looking at SWOT EA as a total, it's up 43% in about 7.5 months. It's not bad. I would like to see a full year of trading at least, because it's okay, but it's not super fantastic. At this moment, I think the portfolio EA is outperforming SWOT. So I personally think the ECS portfolio is better, but I'm going to keep this running. It's not a bad performance, so I'm still going to keep this running and see if this improves in the remainder of the year. All right. Let's close this. And let's take a look at the markets now. Let's see. I'm not able to at the moment. Hang on. Good. Now you can see it. Great. So yeah, euro dollar. I added my euro dollar video earlier this day. I said the break above the 21 EMA is risky because of the resistance, but ultimately it did push up towards the 144 EMA after breaking the 21 EMA here for a small 25 pip push. But all this is still a resistance spot. That said, this is looking like pretty good momentum. So it's going to be interesting. It broke the bear flag to the upside. Although it's still big resistance, it's going to be interesting how price responds here, because if there is a flag type of pattern here, like this, then it might turn bullish. And if it breaks that bull flag, if we get the bull flag, then we might see a continuation of this reversal. Okay. Obviously, if price starts to fall very quickly, and then we see a bear flag like this emerge here, then of course I flip back to being bearish. I was originally bearish on this euro dollar, but after the strong move up, difficult to say, of course. And it depends what kind of flag we get. If we get a bull flag, probably break to the upside. If we get a bear flag, probably break to the downside. So it's going to be important decision zone here. But it looks like a bouncing spot for some kind of retracement or downtrend continuation. If it's a retracement, of course, it could easily continue higher as well. Pound USD didn't go too far. I was looking at a head and shoulders pattern here with the left shoulder head and right shoulder. Didn't get to the right shoulder yet. It's already showing some hesitation, but I think it could fall down to that support zone and bounce back up to retest the resistance trend line. Gold is really not that interesting. Big range. In the middle of that range, I would personally not be interested in that. Netflix in a very big uptrend. And yeah, that's pretty impressive how it has grown since the last 2 years. Very strong impulse here, or years, I should say. Here it is all the way down to 90. Great surge to 380. ABC, another surge, consolidation zone, and another surge here. But this one seems to be running a little bit away from us at this moment. Apple, we talked about this in my analysis a few months ago, and indeed making a pretty good surge here, good momentum as expected. We were expecting here a bounce, 5 waves up, ABC down, and look at that, pretty good wave 3. 5 waves up here, correction. This looks pretty bullish too, I would say, with a continuation possible, I would say, to 170 probably for the moment. Amazon is making consolidation. This is not as bullish, but certainly still quite close to support, and eventually will probably break to the upside, but not breaking as yet. It's showing some hesitation here, but ultimately quite close to that support zone still. That could still be a bouncing spot. Or if it breaks that support, I think there's a high chance it will find support a little bit lower, of course, down in here, 3,000, 2,900. So it might make a deeper correction, but ultimately bullish chart still, or will find support at least one more time. Google found support at 23.65, made a great rally up, more than 10%, I think. But now we're tracing. And well, it could retrace back to support like 27.50 or this previous bottom. That's what I would be looking for personally. IBM is finding some selling pressure here. Does not look that interesting. FedEx made a good rally here, but after hitting the minus 161.8 target, has been retracing pretty strongly. And found a pretty big discount, 33% discount here. But still, I'm not sure. Tricky spot. Probably has some space to find, the resistance up in here maybe. Wouldn't be surprised if it goes back into the 250 zone, but at that spot it could be heavy resistance. Facebook fell quite a lot down. I'm not that interested in this one. Pfizer, I think, remains solid. There was a deep retracement, but overall, I think just a solid chart. And this probably is just a retracement, and it probably remains a discount within the large uptrend, in my view. Made a nice bounce here at the support zone. Has enough space to the upside. This looks bullish to me. Euro yen. Oh, looks bullish considering the strong upside. We had some, of course, retracement, but ultimately this looks more like a bull flag to me. So I think a close above the 20 could see a test of the double of the previous top. Not sure if it'll. I mean, not sure how high it'll go. We're at Wiz 8, so that's always a bit risky, of course. But small push up makes sense. Dollar yen, of course, breaking to the upside of this consolidation zone. Good rally up now in a bull flag pattern. That said, of course, we have to keep an eye on this triangle, and I think it will push up to 116.65, but that could be very heavy level. So there's some space for upside, but at the 88.6 fib at 116.65, got to be very careful. It could definitely bounce there. But a small upside seems still likely to 115, if not 116.65. All right. Bitcoin had a great monthly candle close. Look at that candle close near the high, but not only that, above all the candle closes above prior to that. So looks pretty solid. Looks like the bulls are in control. This is candle number 6. We have a higher high, which means that this momentum is still ongoing, and we're not, sneaking into some bigger retracement. Last monthly candle with a higher high, with that close, and right on time for an uptrend continuation. I expect that will happen this or next month for the moment. And same for Ethereum, same thing. Also, great candle close above. We have a high. We even have a high above the previous high, a close above the previous high, and the close is even closer to the high. Ethereum looking even stronger than Bitcoin to me, to be honest. But both are looking pretty strong here. So full uptrend, still continuation in my view, still follow through to the upside here on both of these pairs. On the daily chart, we're seeing pretty hefty steam, pretty good continuation on the Ethereum. Bitcoin, we're seeing some consolidation. I would like to see the HMA snap back up for follow through on Bitcoin. For the moment, we don't have that. So a little bit of a pause on Bitcoin. Ethereum, we don't have any pause, but both monthly charts looking pretty solid. All right. DAX consolidation made a retracement after a little bit of a rising wedge pattern, broke that rising wedge pattern, broke below the 20 made a deep retracement towards the long-term moving averages, but in the meantime bounced and broke above that. But I personally would rather wait for a retracement here back to the support zone around here for a head and shoulders pattern, inverted one. That looks like a good bounce spot within the uptrend. And with US 30, we already have a higher high. Still, I would rather see some retracement and look for a bounce after the retracement. Oracle has been in a very strong uptrend, doubling, more than doubling since about more than a year ago, I guess, a year ago, plus minus, a little bit more than that. But keeps its uptrend very nicely here. And even this year, getting more than 50%. Very good. But it is quite extended, so we're not sure about anything else at this moment. If it's continuing, probably will continue, but we'd rather see retracement first. All right. Well, folks. Oh yeah, Microsoft, of course. Yes, very strong uptrend indeed. As well, that uptrend has been lasting even longer here since 2019, rallying from 100, tripling. Very sturdy there. Euro New Zealand ultimately made it to the minus 272 target, but then strong push, correction, continuation. So yeah, that's a pretty solid break to the downside, and that looks like it will probably fall more. To be honest, it looks quite bearish, but a retracement would be pleasant. Retracement up to 144 May here at 165 or 164 for a bounce back down. Let me think if there's anything else. Australian dollar. Caught between the moving averages, but I'm leaning towards an upside continuation. It would be pleasant, just like the equities, if it made some kind of retracement maybe into this 21 EMA zone and bounced. But looks pretty. If it stays above the 20 EMA, if it stays above 0.74, it's bullish in my eyes and could see a follow through to the upside. Same for the New Zealand dollar, although some retracement is possible here. Yeah, with the euro odd, we had basically head and shoulders pattern play out. Left shoulder, head, right shoulder, and after the break of then that channel has been in a very strong downtrend ever since. Falling 800 pips, and there are plenty of pullbacks here. Let's take a look into the 21A zone. Those were great discounts. That was a great trend. Now it's a little bit extended and could be a little bit risky spot. Siemens in a great uptrend too, but seems to be slowing down a little bit. Doesn't have that much energy. It seems like right now. If it breaks above the head and shoulders level at 145, it could be a bit different. And last but not least, S&P 500 still flying away from the 21 EMA zone, up at 4,600. Wow, what a power here! And yeah, that's just moving away from the 21 EMA zone on the monthly without looking back. On the weekly, just slight bounces here at the 20 EMA zone, but another higher high. Very impressive. Would like to see a dip back into 20 EMA for bounce up again, like we had basically in here and here and here and here. These 21 EMA bounces when the uptrend is solid, very good. That's why I think makes sense with this too. All right, folks, that's it for now. Thank you so much for joining. Wish everyone great trading. Check out, of course, ECS Portfolio or ZUCA. I think, to me, have the most value there. Of course, feel free to join and become a SWAT member. I think SWAT is a great manual course, lots of videos, lots of lessons, lots of learning. But yeah, not everyone has the time, and in my experience, not many people have joined because of that. time issue. So of course, if it's fully managed like Sucia Portfolio ECS, I think there's definitely some large benefits for most traders. Um, but feel free to join both, of course, obviously. Wish everyone great trading, and well, looking forward to hopefully a good month in October, and we'll be back again with this webinar beginning of December. Cheers, bye bye.